Hello, my name is Claudia and welcome yourself here. Today we will stretch your hips and hamstrings. So let's begin to meet in a downward facing dog position. Bring your hands a little further than your shoulders. Lift up your hips, stretch your heels back. Now pedal out your feet, so bend into your knees and then send one foot towards the ground and then the other, encouraging that mobility through the hamstrings. Now extend the right leg back behind you and you can sweep your right foot all the way forwards. Take a big step forward so the foot comes over to the outside of the right wrist. And then shift yourself forwards and backwards in this lunge, a runner's lunge position. So this position is great for any runners out there to target the hips, the outer hip, the inner seams of the legs. So just keep breathing and moving. And then you're going to wiggle your right foot in between your hands. Drop your left knee, lift up your arms. We'll come into a diagonal stretch. Place your left hand by your left thigh. Reach your right arm up and then arc your arm over. Feel this stretch through the right side of the body. Now breathe in, lift both arms up. As you breathe out, lower the right arm to meet the right thigh. Lift up the left arm and send it over to the right. Feel the stretch in the left side of the body. Inhale, lift both arms all the way up. As you exhale, release the hands down. Take the left hand under the shoulders. Shift your hips all the way back. And then wiggle your fingertips further forwards and fold deeper towards that right leg. Flex your right foot. Draw your toes towards your shin. And then deepen your breath in. Deepen your breath out. Take the weight back forwards. So keep that hand under the shoulder. Now your right hand can lift up. You're going to turn your toes over to the right. Wiggle your right foot closer in towards your body and then lower your left hip down. Sweep your right arm up and over and then send your arm back as you lower your hip. Do that again. Breathe in. Breathe out. Target the outer hips. Inhale. As you exhale, hands come down. Feet step back. Downward facing dog. Pedal out your feet again like you're a cat purring, making some sourdough. And then let's work that left side. Stretch your left hamstring back behind you. Take a breath in. As you breathe out, bring the foot to the outside of the hand. Step it wide. Give it a wiggle a few inches forwards if it doesn't quite make the hand destination. And then take that transition of just moving forwards and backwards. That's it. Lubricating your joints, mobilizing and energizing. Allowing the breath to become more involved. And then drop the right knee. Let's go for the diagonal stretch through the hip flexors. Sweep the arms up. And then take your tailbone under as the right arm drops to the right thigh. Lift the left arm up and over towards the right. Good. Now lift both arms back up. Breathe in. Send the left hand towards the left thigh. Breathe out. Arc yourself further over. Stay stabilized through the bottom half of your body. And then sweep both of your arms up. Breathe in. Send the hands back down. Breathe out. Keep the shoulder right over the wrist. Good. And then you'll start to send the hips all the way back. Lengthen out the hamstring. Flex through the foot. A hamstring stretch. Breathe into it. Breathe out. Do that again. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Now take your weight forwards. Start to pick up your right knee. The right hand is still under the shoulder as the left arm lifts up. You rotate your toes to the left and lower your right hip down. Now sweep the arm up and over the head and send it on back. Do that a few times. Stretching the skin, the muscle, the joints, the ligaments, the tendons, the bone, everything that contains and holds the body. Now step your body back into downward facing dog. Pedal the feet. That's it. And then let's take a final hip stretch. You'll pick up your right leg and you'll bring the right knee behind the right wrist. You're going to bring the shin down. And then we're going to lift the knee back into the chest. Do that again. So lower to lift. We call this active pigeon. Lower and then lift the knee back up. Lower everything down. Soften the left thigh. Send the left knee further back. Now we'll come into sleeping pigeon. So lower your chest down. Bend into your elbows and just soften into any tight spots. Keep sending that breath in. Weaving that breath in. Take a big breath in. Full breath out. Start to walk your hands back in. Now from here, we'll sit onto the right hip, bring the left leg all the way around and bring the left ankle to the right knee. Allow your left knee to stack over the ankle, the right ankle. And then sit your spine up nice and tall. We call this easy face, easy pose. Even though it's not that easy. So just breathe into any of the difficulties. As you breathe out, you'll start to release the shape. Bring your feet as wide as the mat. Place the hands back and just knock the knees from side to side. Rotate through your hips. Through internal, external rotation. And then cross your feet, roll over the knees. Let's come back into downward facing dog position. From your downward facing dog, you'll extend the left leg and then you'll bring the left knee behind the left wrist and you'll start to lower the knee down. Lift the knee up as you breathe in, lower as you breathe out. Active pigeon, strengthening and lengthening the outer hip. Let's go for one more. Settle the back knee. Lower the shin all the way down. Breathe in to lift the chest. Lower the chest all the way down. Drop onto the forearms. Relax through your physical body. Relax into any of those places and pockets that don't feel too spacious right now. Let's breathe the space in. Breathe out. One more. Inhale. Exhale. When you're ready, you can start to walk your hands all the way back in. Lift up your chest. Sit onto your left hip and swing that right leg round. Stack the foot over the knee, the right knee over the left ankle. Sit up tall. Find easy face, easy pose. Close the eyes. Let the breath be steady. Breathe. Breathe out. Now come on out, feet wide again, hands behind you. Rotate the knees one way and then go the other way. Now cross your feet, roll over your kneecaps again. Shuffle and shift yourself back into downward facing dog. And then from your downward facing dog, you're going to walk your feet all the way forwards. Bring your feet a little wider. Spin your toes out like ballerina feet. Bend your knees. Drop your hips. Lift your chest. Breathe in. As you breathe out, lower a knee to hover from the ground. You'll do that a few times, just oscillating and rotating from side to side. Now start to drop the hands, lift your hips, reset your toes forwards, drop your head, and come all the way up with a heavy head. Bring the hands to heart, bow the chin in. Thank you for showing up.